Welcome to Houston, Texas, and the house Bill Yeoman and Andre Ware built, home to the Houston Cougars, where the fans are ready for a liftoff. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Memphis Tigers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Houston Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Memphis offense will get the first crack at it here. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Got the back over the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And now on second down for this offense. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Still running at the 40. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Grabbed over the middle. It's Nicholson. He's brought down solid. Pick up on a little bit short of the first down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the ground with the back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
He's in a world of trouble, and down he goes. A catastrophic loss on that play. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. Promising start to that drive sort of fizzled out, and they'll have to punt it away. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Line gets set, first down. He's going to pass. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. All wideouts, no backs. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He'll come out throwing on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. Looking to move it through the air. Snags it over the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Flips it out to the back. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this one only 35 yards out, but not straight away. This one from the left hash. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after the pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down at 2nd and 6. Trying play action. He's going to throw deep right side. Hits him in stride at the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. A 1st down run in the red zone. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
He'll try to pop the draw. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And oftentimes running backs love dropping this because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Out of the gun to give to the back. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the 1st down. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the 1st down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that that we just saw, which can help them get that.
They need 1 yard on third down to keep this one going. This will be the 8th play of the drive. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Houston offense comes onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. After the misconnection, it's second down. Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. It's a draw. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to...
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Got it in the middle. It's Nicholson. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And now about this lower intestinal fortitude. 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. And the Tigers pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Back open in the middle. They'll immediately call timeout.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup. Memphis wants to move quickly. Wants to throw on first down. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The offense set for a first down play. From the gun. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He'll throw one to his right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He'll work his way down to the 28. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. Going up top on first down. The sure hands, it's Nicholson. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
It's complete to the left. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Memphis.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gonna run it. It's Suggs. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 near. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Memphis about to boot it away to start the second half.
17, Houston, 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Houston offense once again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football plan right of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They'll give it to him again. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on the counter. Nice move to keep moving. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28. Wide receiver shows motion. Off play action. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Field goal is good. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. On the move from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
After the incompletion, it's second down. The give to the back. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. A third and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Moving out of the pocket. Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short, 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over to the sidelines right now, asking for the ball again here on 4th.
Tackled after picking up the first down. The Tigers are rolling down the field. They want to run this quarterback. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. He'll take a shot. Oh, if only he wore a half-size smaller shoe. Maybe he can't. Hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Makes a connection. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to pass on second down. They're setting up the screen. Bringing the heat. That's the end of the quarter, and Memphis has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougar. The That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Bunch formation, trying to spring a guy free. Leaves it with the running back. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense.
Oh, the ball's on the ground. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And that was the biggest play of the game. They've got the lead offensively. They're trying to run this thing out. He coughs it up. The defense jumps on it, and all of a sudden, this game has a different feel.
Fires to the right. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. From the red zone, it sucks. Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw on second down. Trying to get to it. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete. So here we are on fourth down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. It's good. And here in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Memphis has the ball back, and the offense ready to go to work. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Movement here from the tight end. On second down, just keeps firing. Finds a tight end. And an explosive play. Has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Touch pass on the run.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
And they got him for the sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little...
And he breaks into the open. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. A first down run on the doorstep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in the position to win.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Touchdown, Houston! And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
Safe completion on the screen. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Skips away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. He makes the connection. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Now on 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Pocket starts to collapse. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Right down the middle. Wide open downfield. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he's playing with fire. He's picked off.
That might be the nail in the coffin.